Well, Duke has shown off its depth. They've shown off their defense. They haven't had very many good starts to games. That was a message from Jon Scheyer to his team. The Blue Devils begin with a basketball. Taking on Niagara tonight for the first time ever, and then Sunday brings the first ever matchup against Howard. This is Caleb Foster for three. And they've done a pretty good job taking care of the basketball. Only 8 turnovers in the win Tuesday up at Madison Square Garden. Cameron Boozer finds his first points.
And Niagara's looking to drive and kick out for threes, but it's just very difficult.
Walters knocks it down and gets the Purple Eagles on the board.
And that's what they have. They have to make some shots to have any chance in this game, and that's a good shot. Malik Brown's a really team player. He does all the little things you love from a player. Screen and rebound, do the dirty work stuff.
Cayden Boozer from the corner. It's been almost 2 decades since someone had numbers like Cameron Boozer through 5 games in ACC play. More defense leading to offense, and it's Darren Harris with a hand in his face. Blue Devils 3 of 4 from deep. Page into traffic, no chance. Hamenya outlet. Walters beats the crowd's buzzer, but can't get it to go. Good hustle on the offensive glass by Kabea Shabangu, and that leads to a second 3 for the Purple Eagles. Only the 3rd home game of the season here at Cameron for Duke, not including the exhibition they played. Here's a steal for Cameron Boozer. Leading the break, Isaiah Evans, cash money.
He's got a midget on him now. I think this is going in there.
Yes, indeed.
that wasn't hard to read. Well, in reality, Niagara's got 2 good shots, and they made them both, and they're down 16.
Short fadeaway goes.
He comes to the Duke games, but not a lot. I think it's because Paulus is here. I think he's coming Sunday. Malik Brown inside.
Yes, indeed.
Entire first half, they move the ball very well. It's great movement.
Again, Coach Scheyer's talking about, you want to go to the NBA, it's not just shooting. You got to play everything. You got to be a basketball player. You got to do everything. And he's doing that.
Cameron Boozer, the steal and the stuff. Bounds assists and blocks. Pretty soon he'll lead in steals too. Why do you think it took a while for everybody to realize?
Well, he didn't score, a lot in high school. And
3 from the corner, Justin Page.
That has to be it, because he physically is a very, very good basketball player.
On the Page, I said before that Hawkins was the leading scorer. He's not. Hawkins is the leading inside scorer, but that's the first basket for Page, who is, and no problem scoring for the Blue Devils.
Let's not shoot that shot anymore.
Hamenya to the corner for Cayden Boozer. Buckets.
What a pass that was.
Unable to connect. Here's Page the other way. Going right at Cayden Boozer, and Ngongba was there waiting for him. Jim, were you responsible for engineering the pick and roll coverage?
I had absolutely nothing to do with it. I was the zone coach, and we didn't play zone. So I didn't have a lot to do. But international ball's different. You almost have to play man-to-man. Just too many good shooters.
Wow.
What's the fun? Niagara's made a couple nice threes, and they're only down 30. I mean, they're only down 24.
Speaking of good shooters.
They make 4 or 5 more of those shots, which they won't. They'd be in the game.
Tough teardrop. Cayden Boozer, pretty.
But to get points, you have to shoot, and he's only taken 1 shot.
Well, the thing is nice is they have 9 guys, and they're all playing, and that's good.
What a pass that was.
Much better. He's going to be a much better player because of it.
Prudhomme for 3.
And of course, Foster's 6'5", so.
Yeah, I'm not sure who has the advantage there.
Great position for Cam Boozer. Well, both Boozer brothers and Nicholas Hamenya were McDonald's All-American last year. Here's Ngongba in transition.
That's exactly what we're talking about. And the thing that makes that happen is the great job by Ngongba getting out there and stopping. Now there's a scrambling defense. There's an open shot, but it's a rushed shot.
Yeah, it's not easy to make those shots. They're under pressure the whole game.
Foster buries another.
Now that's not a pressure shot. And they move the ball on offense to get a wide open three.
Yeah.
Evans, why not? 10 straight for Duke to start the second half.
He'd still get 40 against Duke. I'm telling you, that's how good he was.
At the time, 68 was a then NCAA D1 record. There's a nice possession out of the timeout for Greg Paulus' bunch.
In the business. I mean, you must have really got somebody upset up there.
It is a privilege to be alongside such knowledge and experience, charisma.
And they just missed out. I mean,
1 point loss to Michigan and Detroit. 1 point loss to Texas Tech last night in the Bahamas. Cayden has knocked down a bunch of open good looks tonight. Evans will create a third chance. Hamenya will try and hit.
Now everybody who's played for Duke has scored.
Niagara's barely looking for points in the paint, but Walters, when he's got a little bit of daylight, he's knocked him down.
When you don't make any layups and you don't get to the foul line, it's hard to score a lot of points.
Hamenya, same spot, same result.
What a pass.
They're trying the zone just to see. I think they did it because I'm here. No.
They might have. Including Tuesday in the Champions Classic over Kansas. That's well done, and more points in the paint, which have come sparingly tonight for the Purple Eagles.
That is the first time we have seen Niagara break down the Duke defense like that.
And get a layup.
You got to credit Niagara. They continue to try to move the ball, and it's not very often they've been able.
Been playing since he was 6 years old in Italy, went to a basketball academy when he was 13, 14, and here's good hands. Foster the steal, Boozer the flush. Zonky after he turned it over the previous possession.
It's always great
for 2 of his 3 shots tonight. Boozer.
He might have got a second shot blocked. I don't know. He's going to think about that. We actually beat them with Zion, and when he was out that year, the second game in Syracuse, they beat us.
He was a force of nature when he's on the floor healthy. Which unfortunately has been far too little.
Oh, he wants to prove.
First
See?
3 for Patrick Ngongba of his
He heard
college
you
career.
that 0 for 7. Now he's got one.
Greg Paulus is trying to do at Niagara is just very interesting in terms of, what he's dealing with. You mentioned the lack of funds, another great move by Ngongba. Major schools, well, he's got guys from junior college and D2.
That's what he has to do. He
Now,
don't have money.
Incredibly delicious today, Jim. It's your spot, and you've done well.
Who would think you could? Whoa!
Chance for a 4-point play for Isaiah Evans.
Just because you play pickleball.
Jim, you were telling us about your squash sensational abilities earlier today.
First of all, nobody listening knows what squash is, so don't go there.
How about Ifeanyi Ufatuku for 2?
But don't just stand there and try to get run over. I think it's the worst playing basketball, and it should get it out of the game.
Hamenya for 3.
I think he got some confidence tonight. No, that was a long trip, trust me. Once I did it, but that was to try to help win an Olympic gold medal. That's okay. I didn't go for a tourist.
How was the pizza in Beijing?
Pizza Hut right next door.
Because you're playing a team that's more your equal.
And it's going to be hard. I think it'll be hard. I hope they can do it. But Howard's rested. They're going to come in all ready to go.
Hamenya, one more.
Pretty impressive.
Really impressive.